Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Cutting Room 101, and I'd like to make two quick announcements before we get started with this week's topic. The first announcement is that Sean from Sean Webcom Official is back from his 1-month YouTube hiatus, and if you're wondering why there hasn't been any videos uploaded on Thursdays, it's because he's been away from YouTube, but now that he's back, you're going to be seeing videos uploaded on Thursday, so that's going to be awesome. And the other announcement I'd like to make is that Corey from Corey Brown Reviews recently on Facebook announced that he has resigned from the Cutting Room 101, and not only that, he closed his YouTube account, which is pretty disappointing because I thought he was an awesome YouTube critic. I really enjoyed his reviews and updates, and I thought he was just a cool guy, but now he is gone, and hopefully we'll see him in the future back on YouTube, but unfortunately he has got rid of his account. But we have another great YouTube critic who is replacing Corey on Tuesdays, and that is Anthony from The Random Mind, so I'm looking forward to see what he brings to the table. This week's topic has been chosen by Sean, and he's wondering what our favorite animated movies of all time are. My favorite animated movie has to be The Lion King. First off, there's a great cast in The Lion King, and that's what Disney's really good at. They pick actors that you can really picture playing those roles, and their voices really fitting the characters that they're chosen for. The cast is made up of actors such as Matthew Broderick, who's a hit-and-miss actor, but he does a really good job in this movie. There's also James Earl Jones, Whoopi Goldberg, Jeremy Irons, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Rowan Atkinson, just a wide variety of actors. And they all bring their A-game in this movie. The acting is just spot on. The animation is perfect. It's just flawless. It's some of the best Disney animation I've seen. Everything from the textures, the landscapes, and the depth in the landscapes, the colors, and the expressions on the animals' faces, and you really feel empathetic towards certain characters in certain scenes of the movie based on their expressions, and it's just beautiful to look at. What I like about The Lion King is it doesn't pull back any punches, and for a kid's movie it's pretty intense, and it has really emotional and mature themes that adults can appreciate just as much as kids can, and even more so. And certain scenes where it doesn't pull back any punches, in particular, is the stampede scene. It's a very intense scene, and Hans Zimmer's score just perfectly accompanies that, and just the sound mixing and just the overall design of the scene perfectly blends into one of the most intense scenes I've seen in any animated film. And I think the way the film changes its tone over the course of the film is very well done. You start off in a celebration scene where Mufasa is holding his new son Simba up, and he's going to be taking over the throne when he's older, and it's a big celebration. All the animals are in the African plains below, and they have the Circle of Life song playing, and it's one of my favorite openings to any animated film and just any film in general. And then you move on to where Simba is now growing up, and he's in his adolescent lion years, and he's more adventurous now, and it's still kind of a funny tone and atmosphere to the movie, but then you start moving on as he grows older and certain events take place. I don't want to say just in case no one's seen the movie, and if you haven't, see this movie as soon as possible, but just you can tell how the tone is changing through the events and just the songs in themselves. The songs go from I Just Can't Wait to Be King and then on to the hyenas singing Be Prepared, which is one of the more darker songs in the movie, and I just love how this film changes tone. Hans Zimmer's score just perfectly accompanies every scene, and it's so intense in certain spots, like I mentioned in the stampede scene, but along with a great score, The Lion King has an amazing soundtrack filled with amazing original songs. Every song is catchy, and there's not one bad song in the film. They're all well written with catchy lyrics, and some of my favorite songs have to be The Circle of Life, which is just a classic, but also Hakuna Matata, In the Jungle, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, and Can You Feel the Love Tonight. So many great classic songs, and I never get tired of listening to them. The only song I really didn't like was The Morning Report, which wasn't in the original movie, but if you saw the DVD releases, I think it was pretty much in every Disney release, and it was added into it as a new song, and a lot of people didn't like it, and I have to agree, I really don't like it. But thankfully that song wasn't in the original movie, and it's not that it's a terrible song, but in comparison to the other songs, it's not that good. I've loved The Lion King ever since I can remember. I remember when I was younger, I even wore a Lion King shirt, and it had a picture of Simba and Timon and Pumbaa on it. I remember just listening to the songs all the time, and just watching the movie over and over again. I think I watched it almost every day for an entire summer. I've seen this movie so many times, and it never gets old. It's just a timeless classic, and it has a story that pretty much anyone can relate to or at least just enjoy and appreciate. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite animated movie is, or if you like The Lion King, let me know who your favorite character is. And if you like the Cutting Room 101, definitely subscribe, and also if you haven't checked out my main channel, Film Recall, I'll post the link in the description below and you can subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll also post my Twitter link if you want to follow me on Twitter. And be sure to stay tuned tomorrow to hear from Anthony from The Random Mind on what his favorite animated movie of all time is. See you then.